Ah, it's a necklace piece, of course it is. Artemis. So you need to start from there, jump and hover and make sure you've got just enough to use your ball there over second ball. Okay. Right, let's see if this... What's behind? Door number 1. Turn those notifications off. Got...
The mystical door delved in her mind. Her memories it rummaged. The warrior. The seafarer. The huntress. The lovers. The maiden. All of the memories were in place. The door in silence slid open.
After their infidelity, their betrayal, I could see the others laughing behind my back, mocking me instead of taking my side. They now lay their gaze upon the statues in despair, and they are not laughing anymore, are they? So Hephaestus made the statues because Aphrodite cheated on him with Ares. Is the implication there?
Distant and agonizing memories the exquisite piece of art awoke. A battle-torn field, littered with forms in anguish. 11 figures, deities ancient and strong, were bowing
11.
down, defeated in an ancient battle. Their punishment was swift and cruel, sentenced to oblivion everlasting. Their immortal and once potent souls, to mortal shrouds, eternally encaged.
So the gods were given human form, or forced to human form.
Distant, there
Yeah, I really like... Oh,
Time of the Olympians was long past. In screeching voices, Aether and Nyx declared. Capricious, tyrannical and vain, long ago they were defeated, and humanity was saved. True to her nature, Harmonia spared not a thought for all the suffering and pain she caused in her efforts to ascend.
so, well, Harmonia, as in harmony, was she the tool that was used to chain the Olympians into mortal flesh then? Ooh. Okay, so that's all of those. Where was Hephaestus's forge? Oh, I still haven't done that section. Need to go down to Ashfall. This goes to the shuttle bay, which is not technically where we want to go, but from the shuttle bay we can get to a lot of places. Ashfall's there, isn't it? I assume they just get rescued as part of the... Yeah, I assume they get rescued just as part of the ending. Right, well, I was going to Ashfall. I should mark the things on what I'm going to do. So we need to do that. I need to do... Oh, I need to do... that. Technically I need to get that, but I'm not super worried about that because it's marked on the map anyway. And then I need to find Hephaestus's forge. Which I will be damned if I can remember the location of. Right. So where am I? I'm here. And I need to get up to that. Boom. Now, from here, I want to go up. Up further. Man, they can jump. That is not going to reach, is it? Oops. Right. So. Oh, this was the bit with the shooty buggers, wasn't it? Hold on, where? Was this the bit with the shooty buggers that I needed to get up? Yeah. What? But they just keep shooting. Okay. There's no point running back. Because we're just gonna die. What? For sake. The UI isn't updating properly. It's so fucking hard to aim. Ow. Okay, progress made. Hi. Excuse me. Right, is there a shortcut that I can open up? Oh, but there is a survivor.
Unnaturally placid, she looked up, her gratitude she extended. A thick layer of ash covered the area, she explained, because the lower residence above was burning.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming. Right, is this... No, almost. Ha! So this is the door that we saw ages ago. What's this? Gladius? Gladius, final upgrade, nice. Worth it. Vest. Let's enhance ourselves. Now we actually do need more. Oh no, wait, that's everything. Sweet. Okay. So we do acquire all enhancements. So fully enhance the Gladius. So we do still have 2 thingy pieces to find. Is that just a... That might just be a glitch then, that there. So. Rid of that. Put that on there. Don't need to get that now. Technically, that needs doing. Fact. What? That is some range on that flamethrower. Am I going the right way? Yes. Okay, from here, we go to heavy industries. No? Oh, we go to chemical storage. Ashfall. Now, we want to go... Oh. No. Was that it? Okay, I guess that is that. That looks weird. What that looks like on the actual map. No, it is not. Oop. Double aim. Is there a faster trap? Yes. No. No, because that counts as vertex ascension. Oh, that means I've got to go through all of that again. I don't want to do that. I guess it's lower residence. Oh, they're slugs, are they? I don't think I'd ever waited. Alright. Let's rest. Okay, we've got a over cluster, so that's a thing. It's like eat, but sure why I hadn't tried that before. Okay. So do. Oh dear, missing 2. I figure something has to be up here, unless it's just for memories. Shuttle to heavy industries. It's there. We are here. Left. Sure that didn't parry. Going. Right. Low Residence, Grove, Ashfall. That one we want, isn't it? Higher Residence. Okay, I want to go up. Save over here. Where am I finding? Right, do I have to? No, not from there. Really? Okay, but I was right. That wasn't right. Oh, do I have to go? Interesting. An elevator. We need to be careful. She has eyes and ears everywhere. The words she's spewing are blasphemy. Our cause is sacred, blessed by Ethem and Nyx. She needs to be silenced. Okay. Okay. So. Yes, I see what we have to do here. Right, so from... This goes over. Shoots through there. Winning. The fates are teasing me. Both father and mother were on the ship in this reincarnation. I do not remember. I can see them being tormented every time they lay eyes upon each other. Every time they lay eyes upon me. Okay. That's that sorted. I'm missing a single Nyx shard. Aha! Most of the necklace is still missing, but Hephaestus has been hard at work. The true pieces have been masterfully put together. Hey, Hephaestus.
His eyes widened with excitement as he snatched the final piece.
I have all of these pieces for you.
He turned to his anvil and started working. Dismissively, he waved his hand.
Okay. So, do I need to leave the zone and come back? Oh, achieve 100% completion.
Ominously silent, the workshop laid perfectly still.
Oh.
The cracking of the embers the only sign of life. Hephaestus and the necklace were nowhere to be seen.
Assholes ran off with it. Okay. Let's see if I can get some capture of this. Right, I'm going to... it's back up there, isn't it? Right, where could Hephaestus be? He could be down in the special room, or he could be somewhere up above. Or he could be somewhere else entirely. That's not going to make it. can't think of where he might actually be, if I'm honest. Oh, don't stand on that. Warp there. In fact, we can just warp to phone room. Ah! Hey, there we go.
Based in the dimly lit room. And as she approached, in shame he hung his head. Profoundly he apologized for all the misdirection. But it was for the greater good, as he promised. With the necklace whole, Harmonia could now save them all.
Yeah, I bet. Right, so he's just given her the necklace.
An ominous feeling washed over her.
Oh, no boss fight? Or... oh, is she there now?
Decisively, down the stairs she climbed, step by step, her gaze locked on Adrestia. Now that the truth had been laid bare, the necklace was a way for her divine destiny to be fulfilled at last.
So this is past the point of no return, so I assume we can choose different things here.
Or get out of her way.
Okay. Neil.
With teary eyes, Harmonia welcomed her sister's pledge. As all the stars had now aligned, the ascension ritual could be started.
I see a stabby dagger.
Raids incarnate, Aether and Nyx in unison roared. Spitting out words, they cursed Adrestia for her insurgence, and threatened her with ultimate demise. Had this scene taken place anywhere else, the twins they would have instantly ended. In this forsaken distant realm, instead, they blindly charged. A brilliant ray Aether then turned, his rage directed towards Adrestia. Without hesitation and in a flash, Harmonia shielded her sister.
Okay.
And joyful
Oh.
she fell. By her sacrifice, her
Oh dear.
blood, the ritual was completed. Adrestia now stood alone to face the divine wrath.
Oh good. Okay. Alright. And that. That's just going to knock me out of the sky. Bit clunky, this. Oh, we don't have any more. Oh, God's sake. That's so fast. Jesus. Invulnerable, it seems. This is fascinating, but what am I supposed to be doing? Whoa! What am I... What am I doing? Utterly unreadable fights. Jesus Christ. Okay. Can't. What? Yeah, sod off.
The monumental battle done. The Fear and Nyx defeated. For a brief moment, all laid still. But then Adrestia felt it. All of her memories rushing back. The essence of who she was. And as around her all collapsed, her divine soul erupted. Her mortal core
Is she the final?
And to her rightful place ascended. Huddled together, the survivors hoped
Stay aside.
until the very last minute that the escape capsules would activate and take them all to safety. And at the center of it all, a bitter and vengeful creature. A lover scorned and thus betrayed, in turn deceived his king. His wounds so grave he spared no thought to what he had agreed to. For millennia he reveled in the notion that only he remembered. He watched them wear their mortal skins like everlasting prisons, without the memory of who they were, nor any hope of salvation. In some cruel play of the fates, after eons of reincarnations, he found himself aboard the ship with everything he hated. His heart's desire, his deceiving brother, and worst of all, the fruit of their infidelity. His own betrayal salting his heart,
so Hermione was
because only he remembered.
daughter of the lovers, Aphrodite and Ares.
So was 20 years ago. The Atromitos almost forgotten.
And this is
From the
Kiki.
protagonists of this here tale, not even a whisper. But who am I, you ask? A question fair, deserving of an answer. I am the child, brought to this world to complete an ascension ritual. My blood was destined to be spilled, Harmonia's plan to bring to fruition. But here I stand, Harmonia's clone, and all her memories of deities of old. I, to this day, still carry.
Okay. Yeah, I really like what they've done with the plot of this. You know, the gods stuck as mortals and so on and so forth are completely oblivious to who they are. Obviously, we get the additional context because we know Greek mythology, probably. But the characters themselves do not. So that's the second ending. Made in Norway, so not Greek, obviously. But they did get a Greek sounding. I didn't get an achievement for the survivors, which I was kind of expecting to. If I'm honest. Because wasn't there something about some of the survivors escape? All of the survivors escape. Inspire all survivors to give them a chance at surviving. Let Harmonia wear the necklace. Yeah, some of the survivors escaped the Atromitos.
An ominous now that the truth had been addressed, the unneeded. The masterfully crafted jewel snapped in place.
Okay, so you have to wait for her.
Natural silence followed. Harmonia's eyes opened wide, and a loud cackle echoed through the hall.
Hephaestus has betrayed us.
The cruel machination of Hephaestus was now complete. His thirst for vengeance sated. But as the nocturne overflow was now contained, the ship violently shook.
So just because he's the...
Romulus returned to its native realm. A moment was all that was needed. The few survivors
Aha!
of the monumental tragedy were safe and sound at last. A moment later, the ship was engulfed
Some of the
in an
survivors.
intensely bright flash. The hull was torn apart all over. Harmonia's body was wholly consumed by forces not of this world.
It's really harsh.
Memories, a carefully laid out plan, in but a moment unraveled. Adrestia's love had only the inevitable delayed by shattering the necklace. And she was likewise consumed by smoke, rubble, and flame. On the Atromitos, she also perished. Aether and Nyx, content and soothed, their universe had been spared. And at the center of it all, a bitter and vengeful creature. A lover scorned and thus betrayed, in turn deceived his kin. His wounds so grave he spared no thought to what he had agreed to. For millennia he reveled in the notion that only he remembered. He watched them wear their mortal skins like everlasting prisons, without the memory of who they were, nor any hope.
So who has
But in some
Aphrodite's?
fates, after eons of reincarnations, he found himself aboard the ship with everything he hated. His heart's desire, his deceiving brother, and worst of all, the fruit of their infidelity. His own betrayal salting his wounds, because only he remembered. This all was 20 years ago. The Atromitos almost forgotten. On the protagonists of this
I don't know whether this is going to have any additional...
not even a whisper. But who am I, you ask? A question fair, deserving of an answer. I am a child, brought to this world to complete an ascension ritual. My blood was destined to be spilled, Harmonia's plan to bring to fruition. But here I stand, Harmonia's clone, and all her memories of deities of old. I, to this day, still carry.
Yep. Okay, so as she sweeps down, you can just let her take the necklace and get this ending. So they need to be transported back to the proper universe in order for the survivors to be released. Understood. I'm just trying to wrap my head around the kind of different ending requirements. So now we can try taking the necklace for ourselves. See what that does. I assume something else. Skip.
Now
Skip.
that the rest,
Fine.
as the jewelry clasps shut, a horrid revelation. This was not meant to help Harmonia ascend. It was a potent prison. A Atromitos was for a moment freed as Nocturne converged into the necklace. The opposite was true for Adrestia, who now could clearly see the dark, forgotten, and memoryless place that reeled her back within it.
Yeah. Well, that's not a good ending. But it saves her sister.
Returned to its native realm.
Where the necklace
The
ending.
moment was all that was needed. The few survivors
escape.
Tragedy were safe and sound at last. A moment later, the ship was engulfed in an intense.
Oh, so is there an ending where actually everybody survives?
Harmonia's body was wholly consumed by forces not of this world. Her memories, a carefully laid out plan, in that moment unraveled. Adrestia's love had only the inevitable delay by shattering the necklace. And she was likewise consumed by smoke, rubble.
So the necklaces, both necklace endings.
She also perished.
This is the exact same.
Yeah. Their universe had been spared. And at the center of it all, a bitter and vengeful creature. A lover scorned and thus betrayed, in turn deceived his kin.
Right.
His wound so grave he spared no thought to what he had agreed to. For millennia he reveled in the notion that only he remembered.
So that's what, 4 endings? 2 necklace endings.
Like everlasting prisons, without the memory of
No.
nor any hope of salvation.
We've got 1 for killing Harmonia. We got 1 for killing Ether and Nyx. We got 2 for the necklace.
With everything he hated, his heart's desire, his deceiving brother.
I think that's right.
And worst of all, the fruit of their infidelity. His own betrayal salting his wounds, because only he remembered. This all was 20 years ago.
And then we get the Kirky bits.
Almost forgotten. From the protagonists of this here tale, not even a whisper. But who am I, you ask? A question fair, deserving of an answer. I am the child, brought to this world to complete an ascension ritual. My blood was destined to be spilled, Harmonia's plan to bring to fruition. But here I stand, Harmonia's clone, and all her memories of deities of old. I, to this day, still carry.
So maybe there isn't more after the throne room then. Maybe there was originally going to be. But it got cut. Yeah, because I've got several pieces to go with the higher residences, but because it's Yeah, see, I know what map piece that is. I've got the right map piece in place. Observation deck. Yeah. I think the way that this is cut off implies that they've deliberately masked that that's all we can manage for now. And the fact that we've got 100% implies that that is our lot. So we're missing 2 survivors and a Nyx fragment, and they could be anywhere. So, yeah. I think a little bit of quality of life will be needed in order to find those, realistically. Thanks to the devs, I've managed to locate the missing survivors. There's actually one down in this teleporter room tucked away in the corner. He's actually really quite obvious if you look at it, but obviously there's a big portal there which is likely to grab your interest. But also, there's one in this tiny nub here which has got a breakable floor which I just hadn't seen.
His eyes were hollow, but he lived. His gratitude he extended. In utter horror he had watched some victims of the Cindered rise up again after they burned.
Man, these survivors have had a shitty life. Inspire all survivors. Give them a chance. I am very inspiring. I guess now all I need to do is go and face the boss. I don't actually need to kill her. I should be able to do one of the endings that doesn't require. It's a bit of a shame that it's it's a beautiful ball like to get there. Turns out that the secrets, such as it is, to that air control is actually being a little bit more strong-willed and deliberate with it. Which ending? Technically speaking, I think I can just grab the necklace. And that should do it.
An ominous
I think.
decisive now that the other as the jewelry clasps shut.
No. Horrid
This
revelations.
was not meant to help Harmonia ascend. It was a potent prison.
I keep reading that as poison.
Atromitos was for a moment freed as Nocturne converged into the necklace. The opposite was true for Adrestia, who now could clearly see the dark, forgotten, and memoryless place that reeled her back within it. Atromitos returned to its native realm. A moment was all that was needed. The few survivors of the monument
That should be everybody.
were safe and sound at last. A moment later,
Elated survivors.
in an intensely bright flash, the hull
Nice.
was torn apart all over.
That's everybody.
Mia's body was wholly consumed by forces not of this world. Her memories, a carefully laid out plan, in but a moment unraveled. Adrestia's love had only the inevitable delayed by shadow,
So the only achievement I don't have
consumed by smoke.
is admire and marvel at all the statues.
She also
I have 4 out of 5.
Aether and Nyx
Now, I don't know whether that's because the maiden bugged
had been spread
and it hasn't saved it,
the center of it
or potentially I need to go back
vengeful.
and
A lover scorned and thus betrayed. In
observe each of them again.
his wounds so
At least I know where they are now, because I've mapped the game,
he had agreed to. For millennia he reveled in the knowledge
but it's kind of annoying.
only he remembered. He watched them
Oh,
wither
it is
and
windy outside.
everlasting prisons, without the memory of who they were, nor any hope of salvation. But in some cruel play of the fates, after eons of reincarnations, he found himself aboard a ship with everything he hated. His heart's desire, his deceiving brother, and worst of all, the fruit of their infidelity. His own betrayal salting his wounds. Because
Yeah,
only
but
he
bit of a trek to go and visit all of the.
they saw, but who I am. But here,
Well, we've definitely visited the maiden recently. Yeah, I think I'll have to try that some other time because I'm tired. But assuming it's not bugged, it should just be a case of me looking at them again and then the achievements unlocking. In theory. In theory. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.